What is up, all you beautiful bitches and bucks and bastards? My name is Mike. Welcome to a very special episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. So I read an interesting fact the other day. I was Googling around innocuously, and I found a chart that showed what the world's biggest penises were. It was rating them by ethnicity and nation. And, you know, most nations in Europe and North America, you know, between the 5.5 to 6 inch range, pretty standard shit. But number one, guess who number one in the fucking country, or pardon me, and the number in the world was? Ethiopia. So I had to verify this. I've never heard of this before. I've never even fucking heard of Ethiopia before I saw them on the top of this chart. So I went in and I was meticulously researching this for hours. I swear to God, guys, hours. I was downloading pictures. I was in fucking MS Paint, loading pictures, doing side-by-side comparisons, zooming in and out, doing pixel by pixel comparisons to make sure that's right. And it turns out it's fucking right. Ethiopians have the biggest goddamn dicks in the whole world. So it got me thinking, you know, considering how much dick size is flaunted in our society and how important it is to so-called male power, how come Ethiopia isn't a world power right now? And then it hit me. It's because it's having a small dick that makes people aggressive, having to compensate for your dick. So the Ethiopians are just chilling. You know, they're not really hurting anybody. They're just, you know, confident, swanging their big old hogs back and forth. And this is how they get fucking invaded and taken advantage of small-dicked invaders. I mean, if you believe the rumors, if you believe the Russians, Hitler had a very small dick and only one ball. So that makes you, it fucking speaks for itself, right? It makes you think. So we're going to play as Ethiopia and we're going to reverse the fortunes because, you know what? A nation with dicks so big as these guys, they deserve to have their history written in the annals of the winners, not the losers. So we're going to take a run at Ethiopia, probably the hardest fucking goddamn country to play in Hearts of Iron 4. Chances are we'll not win this campaign, but it might be a trip nonetheless. So first things first, we've grouped up our army. We're going to bring them all back to the capital. We're going to sit down. There's no way we can fight against these Italian idiots invading us with their little greasy, like 5-inch pinners, pricks, whatever you want to call them. They're just jealous of our big ass swangin' meat, and they're going to try to take it away from us. So we're going to just retreat back to the capital. Pretty much all of our resources, all of our industry is in the capital anyway. So if they take all the territory around us, who gives a fuck? Okay, research slot. We're going to actually go to national focus first, and the first thing I'm going to do is, let's see. First thing I'm going to do I want to go army effort right away, or industrial effort? I'm going to go industrial effort right away. Maybe that's a mistake. We're going to see. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab basic machine tools, of course. And the second thing we're going to grab is the support weapons 1. You can see Ethiopia starts off with just basic equipment, no weapons 1. Very similar to all generic nations. They have the generic focus tree. So nothing in here is any sort of special. We start off with at war with Italy, which is unique. It's the only person that starts off at war. And we have 1 gun in reserve. And we have no resources, which means that our basic infantry equipment is not even building at full capacity. So we only have 2 factories, 2 military factories, no dockyards, and 2 civilian factories. And the civilian factories are being used for commercial trade or consumer goods trade right now. So we're in a pretty shit position. And really, Ethiopia is just, if you've played the tutorial in Hearts of Iron 4, you know Ethiopia is just the tutorial nation. You conquer Ethiopia, and you learn how to fucking play the game in like 5 minutes flat. But we're going to reverse their fortunes. First thing I'm going to do is also build a land fort in our capital of Addis Ababa. And we've got our leader here, Haile Selassie. He is not aligned. There's not going to be any elections, so we're somewhat fascist, I suppose. Or I guess we're in a dynasty, Solomonic dynasty. Don't know what that means, but it's okay. So we're just a dude. He's chill. He's got like a super awesome afro. Very nice. We're going to unpause and play on speed 5. So we got our focus set. We got everything else set. We're bringing all our troops back to our capital. We're just going to let the Italians do their thing, man. We're just going to let them take over. They're not going to be able to take our capital. So who gives a fuck? We'll see what they can do to us. The strategy here is basically just going to be playing the waiting game. We're going to play on speed 5 because we basically need to wait for Germany and Italy to get into World War II and get distracted. If we stay here, probably my instinct tells me they won't land any of their troops. If we are aggressive against them, they're going to bring in more troops. And our troops are so shit. We have no equipment. We've already lost equipment just from fucking moving over here. Just from like losing the guns in the goddamn like mountains and shit. So this is how bad off we are right now. But considering we're in the mountains and we are going to be entrenched here, I don't think they're going to be able to do much to us. We should be able to hold off until World War II starts, and that will hopefully distract them. I'm going to build up another civilian factory. My goal is to get at least one land fort in the capital, which gives you a 15% bonus to attacking, or rather gives the attackers a 15% penalty. And that will be stupendous. Stacking on top of the mountain penalties and our entrenchment bonus, it's going to make it that much more difficult. The one thing I am worried about is if they continually attack, our organization will slowly drop, and because we cannot produce anything, they'll just kill us by attrition. Not like game attrition, but just, you know, they'll kill us by death of 1,000 paper cuts. If we have an opportunity, we'll also try to perhaps do some encirclements. I think the best territory to encircle would be actually maybe this one, because you can see I can probably surround him. Let's get my mountaineers and just try while they're still strong. We'll grab one infantry. Nope, he's retreating, so we'll retreat as well. Never mind. I guess we could have held him in place with another infantry, but that's fine. If we can get a couple of encirclements here and there, we'll try. Knock off a couple of those infantry guys would be a good thing. All right, so here's always the million-dollar question. I think we're going to go concentrated industry, but the first thing we're going to do before that is construction speed. We want to get that land fort done. One land fort will go a long way. We've got one factory going. It's going to take fucking forever. Second thing we're going to do is we will go... I guess we'll go concentrated industry. And then we're going to grab, once we're done this small beginning phase, then we're going to start focusing on land doctrines. Anything that gives us a passive bonus is a good bonus. Spanish Civil War, don't give a shit. And we're going to have to spend our initial points on hiring high command dudes like this. This guy's an infantry expert, plus 10, plus 15. It's going to give us a straight up passive bonus, which we're desperately going to need if we're going to hold out here. So anything with passive bonuses are good. I'm just going to set a battle plan just to make sure that we build up a preparation bonus for when we need it. Preparation bonus is generic, of course, so you can just gives you a flat up to 50% bonus. Yep, up to 50% bonus that you can use for all your attacks. And trust me, we're going to need every goddamn bonus we can get. Manpower is going to be a problem. This is going to probably preclude us from any sort of world actual conquering. You know, if we could take over Africa, my goal is to take over Africa. If we could do that and really solidify Africa as the world's sort of focus point for the biggest dicks, then I'm going to be the happiest guy in the world. That's all I'm going to really focus on. Okay, so we got the civilian factory done. We got 2 civilian factories done. I'm not going to worry about infrastructure. Let's hop over to army effort, because it's going to give us a bonus to our first land doctrine. And the land doctrines will give us a whole bunch of passive bonuses. Now, the problem with this is when they attack us, construction pauses. So you can't build in a territory that's being attacked. So every time we're attacked, construction pauses, which is kind of a pain in the ass, to be perfectly honest. Because it will slow us down significantly if they're constantly attacking us. But we're just going to have to live with it. I'm not going to do doctrine first. We'll get weapons 1. No, we'll get basic research. The LEDs. We're going to invent LEDs and put them on our guns. Help us to see in the dark better. Yeah, fuck you, Italy. You jealous? Jealous of our man meat? That's what I fucking thought. You got your little noodles, your little spaghetti, and we're swanging around our big ass burritos. And that's what you want from us, huh? You want to know the secret to our big dicks? Well, you're not going to get it. Not this way, idiots. These guys fucking down on his knee. He thinks he can compensate with a big gun. Not going to work that way. We're not so easily intimidated. All right, equipment effort, doctrine effort. We're going to get doctrine effort. We'll rack up a couple of cheap discounted doctrines right off the bat. 2 research slots, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, you can unlock up to 5 with a generic tree, depending on what you do. All right, another modified government. Let's see, what do we want? Army regrouping, or do we want to get the chief of army guy? We'll get the defense guy, plus 10% defense. Flat bonus. Looks like we're going to probably lose our mountaineer. He's really low organization, and we cannot replace... Really having a hard time replacing the equipment. We might lose a couple guys just defending like so, just through sheer willpower on their behalf. Nothing we can do about that. All right, concentrated industry. We've done more research. Excellent. We will get That's going to take 229 days. Do we want to do that? Probably not. This is slightly ahead. These are all slightly ahead. No, we're going to have to hop right into doctrine. So the key here is, what do we want for doctrine? Mass assault, we don't have the manpower. We never will have the manpower to do so, to put this to good use. Mobile warfare, we're not going to have the factories or resources to build a lot of armor. So that's straight out. So it comes down to either grand battle plan or superior firepower. So this one's going to give us infantry and motorized mechanized defense, soft attack organization, soft attack versus max planning, defense organization, shock and awe, tanks and armor, soft attack. This one looks good. I'm going to go with this one. We're going to go with the superior firepower. So all frontline battalions gain 20%, soft attack, organization plus 10%, or plus 10, and plus 10%. So the first three are going to be really good. I think that's going to work out well in our favor. And we're going to get discounts on the first three at least. Not going to do any of this shit. Can't do any of that stuff. We don't even have tanks. We don't even have one single Great War tank. We can't even build those. We don't even have support equipment. This is some kind of bullshit. But we're going to take weapons 1. All right. So we're off to a good start, guys. I think I'm going to take a break there. We've got our basic research done. We've got ourselves entrenched. We're about, I don't know, 25% done the first land fort, and I think with those things in place, we're going to be completely fucking unstoppable. Mark my words, we're going to be unstoppable. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. Much love, big kisses, and we'll see you soon.